Hello, everybody. Welcome to Under the I don't know what do we call it for this? Under Astarion, Under the Tadpole. I don't know.
Let's be real. Astarion is not a top.
No.
This is
definitely not.
Under the Tadpole.
Waiting outside Baldur's Gate under the
Tadpole.
Yeah, sure.
Tadpole and me.
My tadpole and me. It's like one of those, like you get off that Nautilus and then you get a flyer shoved in your hand that says, "Your tadpole and you," and then just all about what you can do with your new mind flayer.
There's some fun little powers.
That's literally the Guardian.
Pretty much, yeah. Oh, God.
Well, guys, this is gonna be a spoilery episode if you haven't played the game.
Yeah, in case you're not following.
Well, maybe like first act spoilers. How far are we going? All the way?
First act, because Baby has not reached Act 2 yet. So first act.
Okay, so we're at a good level here. Julia's played it through like 15 million times. I'm in Act 3 currently, and Ava hasn't finished Act 2. So we have levels.
Started Act 2. What are you talking about?
Ava hasn't finished Act 1.
Ava hasn't finished Act 1. But we're talking about Baldur's Gate 3 for those of you who are very confused right now with tadpoles. Who's Astarion? Bottom? What? Who?
Listen, sometimes a game has kidnapped more than half of the crew, and we're playing that, and we're cheating on the main thing. We're cheating on The Sims with this a lot. So we figured we might as well get our bleh out about it. It's just like, take it.
Word vomit.
Yeah.
We're obsessed. I'm thinking about it at work.
Look.
Julia, didn't you say your work asked you if you were okay because you were tired at work?
My boss was like, I am worried because I feel like you're not sleeping. I'm like, 3 hours of sleep. What are you talking about?
That's not healthy. I feel like at least two of us have like a healthy interest in the game, and one of us is completely obsessed.
If
there needs to sleep more.
If there wasn't another person in this house who like wanted to talk to me, I would be holed up in this room playing it all the time.
Yes.
But I feel bad when...
Okay, so maybe one of us has a healthy interest in the game. One is like borderline obsessed, and the other one needs professional help.
I really do, don't I?
You do.
I really fucking do. It's been away a couple of months.
She's even starting to talk like a star.
Sorry.
Aren't we all? It sounds more like Karlak.
Aw, I love Karlak.
Here
comes my little treat with her cheeks all flushed.
I thought you were going to pull something out. I thought you were going to pull out like a little like Karlak figurine.
Vape pen? Oh, no.
God, no.
Well, Julia, what is Baldur's Gate? What is this game that we're...
It is the only game out there, guys. I checked when I last played Sims yesterday, and it was 3 days before I got Baldur's Gate, and I have not spent a single minute in Sims since then. Anyway, it is a tabletop RPG that is conformed into a normal computer game. It is created by Larian Studios, and it's the third installment of the Baldur's Gate series.
Can I show some hometown pride here? Larian Studios is in Ghent, which is not far away from me.
Oh my
God!
God!
You work there. Go work there.
Yeah, go be with Astarion.
I actually, while I was still unemployed after I just came back from Dublin, I had registered as a beta tester for Divinity's Divinity Original Sin.
Whoa.
And I had been selected as a beta tester. And then the day I was supposed to do the beta test, I had a job interview, and I had to prioritize the job interview over the beta test, so I couldn't go.
Boo! You choose wrong.
Disappointed.
Didn't even get the job, so fuck that.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
So many wrong turns in one day.
But it was like a second interview, so I was like, I have to go. And then they rang me up and went, "Congratulations!" And I was like, "Oh, I got the job." I was like, "You came second."
I don't need to know.
Fuck you.
You just
they legitimately told me that. You came second. Like, thank you.
there's no second place in getting a job. Like, you either get it, unless like there's we hired someone for this, but there's this other job. Unless there's another job you're offering me.
It was legitimately just to go like, yeah, this other person, but they got the job. But you did really well. You were in the top 3. You came second. It's like, great.
No. Fuck off.
Still unemployed though.
And not even a beta tester.
I know. I could have beta tested for Divinity's
fun fact, my twin sister did beta test Baldur's Gate 3. So she was talking to me, like, I know she wasn't, but like I could see that she was playing it a lot, and she was like, this is all I'm doing, because like she can't talk about it, but she's like, this is all I'm doing is playing this game. Like, and then it launched, and then that's literally all she did. Like,
that's amazing.
Oh my god, I love that.
So, moral of the story, kids, is if you get a chance to beta test a game and you have to go to a job interview, just ditch the job interview, go beta test the game.
Yes.
When you said RPG, this game is based off of Dungeons and Dragons Pathfinder thing. So it means that when you do something like, oh, hey, I want to lockpick this door, dice gets rolled on your screen.
Yeah.
I love that feature.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's basically a virtual tabletop RPG.
Yeah. You're playing, it feels like you're playing it, and you don't have to come up with like something witty to say. Like, you don't have to.
You just have Astarion for that.
The dialogue options are there for you to choose from, and they are very varied, because you can be like snarky, or you can be like just deadpan, or you can be like intelligent, like depending on what your stats are as well.
Just me, goody two shoes. Like,
yeah. You can also try to be suave, but then you have to roll for seduction or charisma or whatever. And then if you roll good, it's like, oh yeah, look at you seducing everyone's pants off. Or you roll shitty, and it's like, womp womp, you know? So it is pretty fun. I do enjoy that aspect of it.
It's lovely. So, yes, it is set in the D&D universe from Wizards of the Coast. Greedy sons of bitch. I'm not saying anything.
Anyways, there was some controversy.
Yeah,
it sucked a little bit.
So
a little bit.
They learned their lesson a teeny bit. They backtrack so bad. They're like, oh, you guys don't want to.
People don't want to.
Oh.
I can't remember what it was about. It was like this massive, massive deal. Oh, they were going to start charging for homebrew. Was that it?
Yeah, they were going to start possibly suing for homebrew.
Yeah, suing for homebrew. That was it.
Which is most of where the new ideas for the game
come from. It's like, motherfuckers, your player base is literally what built your entire company, and now you're going to like stab them in the back like that?
I think they were just salty.
Just because there are people out there who write better than you doesn't mean you get to sue them.
I know for a fact that I've played a Divine Soul Sorcerer in the past, and that started as a homebrew from somewhere. Yep. And
wasn't that a Matthew Mercer homebrew to Divine Soul?
No, he did. He technically took Pathfinder and Gunslinger and made it for D&D. He made Gunslinger D. No, but
no, he did Bloodhunter.
Yes,
which
is a weird class. You have to hurt yourself.
Yep.
Doesn't.
Ooh, fun.
Yep, you gotta hurt yourself to hurt other people.
So hurt yourself to wreck yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Others. I'm awake.
Tear it up live. Let's go. Okay, so the description for the game is: gather your party and return to the Forgotten Realms in a tale of fellowship and betrayal, sacrifice and survival.
And lots of butt touching.
Lots of butt touching.
So much.
And the lure of absolute power. Mysterious abilities are awakening inside of you, drawn from a mind flayer parasite planted in your brain.
There's so much mind flayer in this game.
Yeah, if you don't like eye stuff or teeth stuff, skip this. You don't want this.
No. Teeth stuff.
Because they keep talking about your teeth falling out, and that bothers me.
They don't show it though. But
they keep talking about it. And, like whenever they say it, I'm like,
Show the eye shit though. Like there's stuff. The opening cutscene is you're in a pod thing. The mind flayer plucks out a little wormy guy and like comes to you and inserts it into your eye. And
that's
you have
the
to
tadpole. That's the tadpole.
That's your buddy. That's your pal, the tadpole.
It's like they insert it in sort of like the lobotomy way, like through your eye, and then it goes into your brain. If you want to watch that cutscene, I guarantee you'll only ever want to watch it once.
Also, my sister, when she could officially get the game after it beta tested, and she pulled me into a Discord screen share, and she made me watch that, and I was like, why? Why? Here's the opening cutscene, and I was like, why are you making me watch this? And then I had to, when I got the game, I had to sit through it again because you can't skip it.
You can escape.
You can.
If you haven't played it, they won't let you.
Oh, so you had to actually watch it on her screen and then do it again for you because you can't skip it the first time?
Yeah, that's the first time they won't let you skip it. I tried and it wouldn't let me do it, and I was like, because I can skip everything now, but I couldn't.
Oh,
that's sad.
That's double torture.
Not the best. I got upset about the mind flayers again.
They're super fun, lots of tentacles. We don't like
all over the shit. This game,
ready to fuck you up, literally.
There's little brains you meet in the first bit.
Their doors are poop holes.
Yeah, their doors are called sphincters.
Don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Was it you who said that could alone make you stop playing that game?
Yeah, the first time I played it, I was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" And I was so ready to just go no, I don't like. It's the same in movies and stuff where you have these movies where there's excessive poop scenes or puke scenes and stuff like that. That's the type of humor that I can't stand.
I can't do vomit stuff. It's why Pitch Perfect, which should be a movie made for me, I can't watch it.
No, when that started, I was just like, why though?
It's horrible.
It's the same when I was watching The Legend of Vox Machina. There's a lot of barf scenes in there as well, and every time they came up, I was just like, oh, was that really necessary?
I just finished Vox Machina.
Did you like it?
I loved it. Fucking loved it. I'm ready for Vax and Kaylee to get together, and Percy and Vex. And
I'm so excited for your journey, because it's the D&D, it was Critical Role that, Dave and I have watched all of Critical Role. So we
know.
I paid for that show to get made.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you, guys.
I have the beanie. I have the crew beanie.
I got beanie. I got dice.
And I believe. Oh, hang on, wait.
I was bummed we all got it's a still from the thing. We all everybody got the same one, and I was a little bummed.
One of the rewards was one of the frames from the.
I was bummed we all got the same frame.
Yeah, I thought everybody was gonna get a new one, but
because I feel like there's enough frames in an animated show.
You would think. But we got this one, and it's very well made.
I like it. I like the show a lot. The animations are cool. The fighting scenes are cool. Having played Baldur's Gate now, I understand things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like Grog saying, I would like to rage. I think it's adorable. He's my favorite character. Anyway, that's
Also, I have an offshoot off your offshoot. Do you guys think that the anime being so popular now, this was a thought I had, and I need someone to agree or disagree. Anime being super popular now is because a lot of places are going 3D animation, and we like 2D animation, so anime became more popular.
Honestly, every time I see Disney come up with another live action remake, I die a little inside. And what the hell happened? What is animation not good enough anymore?
Animation is actually dying.
I think that's such a shame. I was talking to a friend earlier about our favorite movies when we were kids, and they were all animations, a lot of Don Bluth stuff, which scarred us for life, but that's a different episode.
Yeah,
I mean, they did a live action remake of The Little Mermaid now, and The Little Mermaid, the animation was literally the renaissance of Disney. It literally brought Disney back.
I will say that girl did a really good job.
She did, but the CGI is disturbing.
It's
also
bad.
The crab scares me.
Flounder, they literally pushed off the screen at one point. That made me laugh. They were like, get out of the story. No one wants to see. They also didn't make underwater look fun, which I guess she wants to leave. So maybe.
I guess it just looked very empty.
Yeah.
Very cavern. I mean, I get it's the ocean, but when he did the whole under the sea thing and the animation, I was like, fuck yeah, why would you want to leave? Look at all these pretty colors. It's so pretty down here. Why would you want to go anywhere? And then it was yeah, no, I kind of see why you would prefer not here. So
go follow your hot boy prince guy. Sure.
Yeah. I
Sure.
get it.
The live action Cinderella was good, and I liked they did Jungle Book like years ago, and that was pretty good.
Don't talk to me about Beauty and the Beast.
It was fine.
Don't talk to me about Beauty and the Beast. I will
mainly because Luke Evans was amazing.
That is literally the only redeeming thing about the movie was Luke Evans as guest on. Literally the only thing.
And the one guy is LeFou. Did it really they stole the show?
Josh Gad, yeah. Like and them together. Give me their backstory. Give me a movie about them.
And I don't want to watch a whole movie about
No, you're right. Not a whole movie.
I was upset with myself that I was attracted to him, and I don't think I can do a whole movie. I didn't mind the songs they added. Like I thought Evermore. I like Evermore as a song. I didn't hate it, and I like the whatever that song is they added. I just kind of why you're gonna hire. I like Emma Watson.
She can't sing.
If she can't,
I'm just gonna say she can't sing. It was like if you're gonna cast an actress in a musical role, and if there's gonna be a lot of singing involved, just take someone who could sing. You had one of the greatest Broadway star,
Audra McDonald,
in your movie, and you gave her not even a minute. Not even a minute. How fucking dare you?
Well, that's the role. She was the closet. Like, that's the role she had.
Just like, why though? Why just get a lesser known actress, but get one who can sing? Because every time, I like Emma Watson, but her acting is.
She was good in Little Women.
Fine.
Did you see Little Women?
But then the minute she opened her face to sing, I was just like, oh god, not again.
It was auto-tuned a lot. But let's get back to Baldur's Gate.
Yes, we were talking about Baldur's Gate. You don't want to hear me talk about Beauty and the Beast because I will go on for 2 hours.
Julia was like, I came here to talk about one thing, and we're not talking about it.
Yeah, I'm like, should I leave? Is this it? Are we talking about this now? Because this is not what I signed up for, guys.
Look, this is what happens on our bonus episodes, though. We say we're going to talk about one thing, and then we get so off track and talk about another thing. So
I'm just going to get pissed in a corner if you guys are going to, like...
That's, I mean, it's Sunday.
Yes, it's based off of Pathfinder / very much 5e Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, I think it's like literally based off the 5e.
It is very much set on Dungeons and Dragons because it is Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yes, D&D, absolutely, because it is like the D&D universe, like Faerun and stuff. It is very much their universe.
Oh yeah, because Gale's from Waterdeep, and I was like, I have a Tales of. There's like a whole. There's
a whole module for Waterdeep.
There's a campaign. Yeah,
I played that one.
Fun.
I played one, and then my sister. We tried to do was Mad Mage of the. For the tower where you go over. But like it was my first time playing and I didn't really understand, and I think my sister was used to she wasn't used to running a game, and it was so dungeon crawly and there were so many rooms that it was not a good
first step.
No, because we were like, I don't understand, and we weren't making money, and that was frustrating to me because I was like, everything's so expensive, we're not making money, and we'd have to go back up to the city, which we trekked 3 days down, and now we have to go 3 days. It was a whole thing. So it was but it's a big. I think you go to level. The first one in the city takes you from 1 to 5 level, and then from 5 to 20 is that dungeon crawl thing.
Jesus, that's a long ass campaign.
Yes.
I do like that they have a lot of campaigns that sort of give you a little bit of everything. You have campaigns that focus more on combat or focus more on role-playing. Then you have mixes of the two. And they usually mention that on the module as well. So it all depends what you're in the mood for. So it's good that you have those options. Because if you're in a party that's we just want to kill shit. If you just have a party full of murder hobos, you don't want to let them do a lot of role-playing.
Oh,
so
what is this?
Oh, the Yawning Portal. That's a good one.
This is it's got 5 different adventures. Wait,
fun!
It's got 7 adventures in it to run.
And Matthew Mercer's on the cover.
He is. That's not Matt.
No, that's not him. But it does look like him a little bit.
It does.
He's in this, by the way. He was in Baldur's Gate. He plays.
Yeah,
he voices Minsk.
I haven't met the character yet.
Me neither, but I know he's there.
He's in Act 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to do some stuff and go and get him. Oh, look at that. Oh, damn.
Some good stuff in there, man.
The whole story with Baldur's Gate 3, we're just gonna spiral back because I have just had breakfast and no lunch today, and I just want to do my thing.
I had no breakfast and lunch.
I just ate breakfast, but it's also 10 o'clock. Go, Julia, go.
I'm gonna talk now. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, so it's D&D, obviously. We said that plenty of times. The whole story is kind of like evolves around the fact that you have been kidnapped, tadpoled, and you don't want to turn into a mind flayer, which is like fair enough.
Oh, it's a verb now. You got tadpole.
What's just going to happen if eventually people with the tadpole and you become a mind flayer? Like, that's the whole point of the mind flayer putting a tadpole into you, is to make you a mind flayer. But for some reason, you and a handful of other people that you choose to walk with you aren't turning into mind flayers, and it should have happened within a day, if not immediately or something. Like, and it
should have happened. Yeah. So you're like, oh, what the fuck? Why am I so special?
I would
gonna get this out of me.
I would just also like to interject with a fun fact, just a super fun fact.
Me.
Minsk in Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 was originally voiced by Jim Cummings. And you know who Jim Cummings is?
Winnie the Pooh!
Winnie the Pooh!
Along with other things, but yeah.
But mostly Winnie the Pooh.
Aww. That kind of suits Minsk, to be honest.
He also did Darkwing Duck. I'm just saying, that man is my childhood. He's a precious, precious angel. But first it was Jim Cummings, and Matthew Mercer voices him in Baldur's Gate 3.
My brother doesn't like Matthew Mercer's performance in Baldur's Gate 3.
Your brother can go pound sand.
Anywho.
With all due respect.
I'm just you are on the shittiest list right now.
It's fine.
We having not gotten to that performance yet. Maybe.
Not yet.
I thought it was great, to be fair.
So we will see.
And he has a space hamster named Boo.
I love the space hamster. I am very excited for the space hamster.
There's a space hamster?
Yeah. Sometimes you can find skewers.
In my fantasy roleplay?
It's very strange, but you can find skewers of barbecued space hamsters sometimes.
Space hamster always reminds me of Mass Effect 3, because you also had a space hamster.
Oh.
Would you eat it? Would you eat skewered?
I did. I sure did. Oh, like for real? For real?
Yeah. Yeah, in a game when it doesn't matter. Fuck yeah, try everything once.
Yeah, fuck around and find out.
Which you can't. One of the biggest draws of this game, and I now understand. So there's acts 1, 2, and 3. It's only 3 acts. Okay, so there's 3 acts, and I guess a large portion of the people who've played this game just keep restarting Act 1 over and over again.
Hello,
and haven't finished the game.
Hello.
Me sitting in the 3rd act where the things that you've just been like, yeah, whatever, kicking it down the road, now you have to make decisions on, and it matters because you could change how the game ends.
Oh, dear.
I understand why people are like, you know what, I'm just going to restart because I don't know. Because I'm now hitting points where I'm like, is this the right choice to make? I don't know.
Yeah.
Do I give the crown to the devil? Like, that was a choice I made.
Is this the part where you really need to start save scumming to make sure that you don't end up emotionally scarred by the end of the game?
But also, if you start save scumming, then, I don't know, you're not going to know how it affects the end game until the end, so then you'll have to go hella back.
I will save scum all day, every day.
I have, I'll save and then play for, a big decision. I was almost going to go to bed, and then I hit, a big moment that I had to make a big decision, and I played for 40 more minutes because I needed to know if there were immediate repercussions or not.
Oh my god, I want to know what this decision was. Ava.
It was the crown.
Close your eyes. Oh!
I've heard about the crown. Don't worry, I know what happens with the crown.
Yes. There's a crown, and a devil wants it.
Yeah.
Reasons.
Yeah.
I fucking love the devil. Raphael.
Everyone's hot in this game also.
Yeah.
That's the other everybody's hot.
That is true.
There's a large chunk of them who are romanceable.
Except Lae'zel, she's not hot.
She's hot.
She's not.
She's mommy.
She's annoying.
So there are 7 people you can.
10.
You can have a group of the group that you can travel around without mods is 4 people, so it's you and 3 other traveling companions. And you have to either you keep the same group the entire time. You have to go find them in the beginning of the game because a spaceship crashed, and then you have to go like, oh hey, you were also on this big spaceship getting a tadpole put in your brain. Do you want to come with us? And they'll be like, sure. What else am I gonna do?
So there are 7 companions that you can recruit, and 3 that comes later. Minsk is one of them that comes later.
You have Lae'zel, you have Shadowheart, you have Astarion.
Who's Lae'zel? Like what? Like she's
Lae'zel's the fighter. She's a Githyanki fighter. Shadowheart is a half-elf cleric. Astarion's a high-elf vampire rogue. Gale's a human wizard. Will is a human warlock. Karlach is a tiefling barbarian. And then there are 4 other characters that can join later, who are Halsin, Daddy, wood elf druid, Jaheira, a half-elf druid, Minsk, the human ranger we carried about him with his space and a hamster named Boo, and Minthara, who's a drow paladin.
You don't always get Minthara.
Jaheira and Minsk,
you have to.
They are from previous Baldur's Gate games.
Yeah, they're old as balls.
They are.
They have been through it with ball spawns and everything. I just love ball. Is that weird? I did a Dark Urge playthrough, and
What's a Dark Urge playthrough?
Oh my god, let me tell you. So, you can choose to play as one of the origin characters, and one of the origin characters of whom you cannot recruit is a character called the Dark Urge, who is customizable, but starts off voiced by a person named Phil, I want to say. I'm not sure, but something. He is a white dragonborn thingy, and the Dark Urge is like wakes up, has no memories, but kind of like relishes in blood and carnage. And then as the story progresses, you can make these like offbeat choices that is just
you like can cut kicking a squirrel to death.
Yeah,
it's
cut
more
off
of
Gale's arm.
You get more murderous evil choice. Like, you get more like demented, like
more like the psychopath choices.
Yeah.
Unhinged choices you get.
Like you said, the thing with Gale, like if you recruit Gale, like at the very beginning of the game, you can find him. There's like this huge portal stuck in a rock, and there's an arm sticking out of it, and that's Gale. So he's stuck in this portal, and he's like, "Can you just like give me a hand and pull me out of this?" And as a normal character, you have the options to like. If you're a caster, use your magic to destabilize the portal. If you're strong enough to pull him out, you can pull him out. As the Dark Urge, it gives you an option to just rip his arm off, because that's the thing you do.
Yeah. And you can like, the thing is, the choices are cursive. So I was like, fantasize about cutting his arm off. Sure, I'll do that.
Oh, no.
That made me do it. I was like, oh, sorry, Gale. And then he's gone.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. You can also make choices that lead to companions that are with you to leave. Because, like, there was... Shadowheart is a cleric, so she's very into her god and her religion. And I made some choices in the game without her there. And she confronted me afterwards and was like, you took my choice away. You shouldn't have done that. I'm leaving. Don't come looking for me. And she left. Because you can make choices that make your people either go like, I absolutely never do it. Like, you made me do things I don't want to do. I'm leaving. Or you can be like, that's absolutely against everything I stand for. I'm gone. Or for Shadowheart's, this was a choice I should have made, not you.
That was something that you could already do, and that was similar as Dragon Age Inquisition. There was also like, you would get approval and disapproval as well, and if you made particular choices that would get a companion's approval down to a certain level, they would fucking yell at you and then leave.
Oh yeah, because the choices you make in this game also lead to the characters that are traveling with you to be approve or disapprove, and they each have their own level of what they think is right, what they think is funny.
Yeah, because the thing is, one of the things about the Dungeons and Dragons system is you have alignments. You have good, neutral, and evil, and then you have true, chaotic. Lawful, chaotic. I think true, lawful, and chaotic is what you have. So you can be like
Neutral chaotic.
Yeah, so you can be like chaotic good, you can be chaotic evil, you can be chaotic neutral,
Lawful
you can
neutral.
be lawful good, you can be lawful evil. It all depends on like certain choices you make. And during your playthrough, if you start making choices that aren't really in line with your alignment, your DM can like for instance can give you like either a penalty or can say you are going to change your alignment now because you have been chaotic good up to this point, but you're leaning more towards I don't know, lawful good at this point, so we're going to switch you from chaotic good to lawful good. So that is a thing you can do, and I think alignments specifically for like paladins and their oaths can be very important.
I think you can end up losing your
like if you're an oath breaker.
Or like if you're a cleric or if your power comes from something
a deity or something that has a certain alignment and you're no longer like in alignment with that particular patron or deity.
There goes your power.
They can't take your power away from you, yeah.
Oh, that happens to one of our characters, doesn't it? Yeah. And also because in Act 1 you kind of like you're looking for a cure for the tadpole thingy and you come across this like grove of tiefling refugees and you can you recruit Will and Karlak around there, and then if you kind of turn on the tieflings and align with the absolute cultists, then they will leave.
Yeah.
And Halcyon will also smash your face in.
But not in
because I think Gale leaves.
Yeah.
Shadowheart probably leaves. I
think you're like left with Astarion.
Because like and they're all like I think like Ava was when Ava started playing and she was saying like all these people suck, we hate them, and both Julia and I were like, no, they're damn, you can fix them.
No,
you can fix all of them.
I don't believe in that philosophy. I do not subscribe to this. I do not.
So this is a thing of like they all are damaged. Like every single one of them has like a thing. Like they even before the crash, they had something going on with them that's like not great. And so, and they don't tell you immediately what those things are. I don't know if we already said that, like, you don't know immediately that Astarion is a vampire. He doesn't say so. Mm-hmm. And why would you think so? He's out in the sun. And then it comes out that he is one.
But because of the tadpole, he suddenly can walk around in the sun again, and he's just as confused as you are.
And that's why, like, for him, getting rid of the tadpole is like, well, I don't know if we really want to do this.
Until you find out that you're gonna actually turn into a mind flayer eventually, then he's like, fuck this noise, but we're still gonna try and take advantage of it.
No.
It's also
too pretty.
But like when I first was confronted with the character of Astarion, I was like, I think the way you talk is annoying. He's so fucking the way I don't know, it annoys me, and I was like, I'm not going to like this character at all. But then Julia is just 100% simping for this character, so I was like, obviously she has good taste, so I'm gonna figure it out. And then he disapproved of everything I did.
Astarion's somebody who does like cruelty's been his life for most of it, so like he does it. That's how he thinks.
What broke me is this TikTok I saw of one of the scenes in the game. Like if you start getting his approval, and it was about how like he's been spoilers, but he's been alive for like hundreds and hundreds of years, and he can't remember what he looks like because he can't see himself in a mirror anymore, and he's like, I just don't remember what my face looks like. I've completely forgotten. And I'm like, that's kind of sad, and made me feel bad for him. And I was like, fine, I'll try.
I just know I'm not. There are of the fanfics I've eyeballed through, which the fact that Julia has not read any fanfic so far is just astounding to me.
Oh god.
But there are a few of like people, like somebody being like, well, I drew you. This is you. And like, I've seen like, oh my god. I've also seen fan art of people doing that.
Yeah, like I've seen little animations on TikTok. Doing that. Like, hey,
I love that. I think it's beautiful.
You have fan art of Baldur's Gate 3. It can be as smutty as you want it to be. Please send it to Under the Plumbob podcast. Comment below. We will read it. Thanks.
So that actually made me kind of want to romance him, but then I met Halsin.
Oh, but you can have both of them.
Yeah, there are a couple of I think they're the only two where you can. Some characters will only you can have a relationship with I think any of your traveling companions.
Yeah. But some of them are
monogamous.
More like monogamous. I think Will is.
Gale is.
Karlak is.
is.
I think Shadowheart is fine.
That surprises me that Karlak is, because Karlak looks like a little bit of a freak to me. So that kind of surprises me that she's monogamous.
I think she just kind of wants something that is just hers.
Oh, that makes
simple.
Sense.
Because I think there was one thing where it was you were talking like you had been like having a thing with Gale, not with Gale, with Astarion, and you go to him talking about Karlak, and he says like, with what she's been through, I don't know, like having to deal with two people in a relationship is asking a lot. So I understand that like this is you're good for each other. And also, like, he's really nice about the ass being like, oh, da 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 da. He's not nice about some of the other people when you
like when you're romancing Astarion and then you go and have like astral projection sex with Gale.
Like, if I got done for Gale, I'd be upset too. Like, what, him? Really?
He was like,
dump me for anyone else, sure, but for him?
He was like, you can say like, oh, but you can care about more than one person. I want to be with both of you. And he's like, oh, we must have standards. Yeah, I can imagine being in a throuple with Gale.
I do. So like the first playthrough that I'm currently on with that's in Act 3, I played the game. The choices I made were how I normally play games of like, if you don't, or how you should play roleplay games. It's like, if you don't say yes to the plot hooks, there's not much game to go on. So I was like, sure, we'll save the refugees. Sure, we'll go to the goblin. Yeah, sure. Yeah, happy to help. He hated he hated it because he doesn't. He's like, why the fuck are you putting? Astarion hated every single thing. Gale approved. Will, like, everyone else is like, yeah, good job. Astarion doesn't like it because he's like, why are you
wasting your time with these people?
Yeah, you're wasting your time. You're being the quote unquote hero. I hate it.
Yeah.
But you can eventually, even making those goodie. I never romanced him on that character, but I do have a super high approval rating with him in Act 3 because, like, if you show like personal loyalty to him,
it's a numbers game. Anything with approval, like even back. This was a thing that I noticed back in Dragon Age 2 with approval. It's always a numbers game. Sometimes certain choices will give you like plus 5 points of approval.
Yes.
Other massive choices will give you like plus 50 points of approval. So depending on if you just get approval from the little choices but disapproval from the big choices, it's not going to level up. But if you cheese it a little, okay, not cheese it a little bit, but if you just get like small amounts of disapproval from the little choices, but then like really come through for the big choices, it is possible.
And like there is what I use to like cheat. I looked up, there's approval rating guides that'll tell you like, here's a choice you can make that'll get
there's
1 point of
mods
approval.
Also.
Yeah.
There's a choice you can make with Karlak that will give you minus 100 approval. It's
Can you type to me what that is?
I would just like to say that I taught Julia how to put mods in her game, and I'm so proud of her right now.
Right. I have not used that mod though. But yeah, it's if you romance her and you sleep with her when you have like fixed her engine, kinda. So you don't burn when you touch her. And then you say, oh, I had my fun. Fuck off.
How would you ever do that to her?
She's so sweet. Why would you do that?
I accidentally pressed that one.
Accidentally?
Yes. Because
that's when you save scum. That's when you save scum and you go, I did not mean to do that, and you go back.
Can I explain? Because it was on the playthrough with John, and he was like, no, you made that choice, and now you have to live with it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because he was the one who...
Leave your significant other.
Yeah. Wedding's off!
The wedding's fucking... Yeah, I was like, oh no, I didn't mean to press that one. And he was like, well, we already saved scum like 2 times earlier, so now you have to live with this choice. I'm like, yeah, damn.
Oh god damn. That's grounds for divorce, honestly.
I know. Wait, we're not even married yet and already
Leave him.
divorced.
Come live with me. I'll be
Yes,
your wife.
because I see out your window. It's still sunny. Here it's pitch black.
Is it?
It's cloudy and foggy here.
Oh yeah, you can see out my window.
Yeah.
Now that the trees aren't in the way anymore.
There's a tree.
Yeah, but it used to come all the way into my window, and now at least you can see some sky there.
Yeah, that's true. And like I think I even messaged Julia. Like Act 1 is a lot of finding out how everybody's damaged because everybody's got something going on with them, and Act 1 is really just being like, okay,
and also figuring out how to fucking play because
to fuck around.
I died. Like I had to rage quit so much when I first started because my sister was. There's 3 modes. You can pick story mode,
balanced,
the middle, balanced, and then tactician. And my sister was like, "Well, you play World of Warcraft, so you can play the middle one." Turns out, no, I've never played a game like this before. So like,
this is nothing like World of Warcraft. Like this is tactical planning. You can't.
And turn-based, which I'm not used to.
And I didn't know, like, you could ungroup, like, because you're traveling around with, like, you're leading and the 3 other people are following you. And I didn't know you could, like, ungroup them. So if you wanted to send just one person up.
Their portrait apart,
So I was sending my group into battle with all of them grouped up, which meant that, like, everybody was just
at the same
killing.
spot.
Smooshed,
I like in the same spot, and they would target the person with the lowest AC, and so that Gale would just die, and then I'd just be like, fuck.
I'm just
fun fact. That system is from Divinity Original Sin and Divinity Original Sin 2.
Yes, I just
made by
like
Studios.
when they just attack Gale. I just assume it because he has the most punchable face.
I was just gonna say, wouldn't you do the same? That's the thing with Gale. It's with
they heard him talking from a mile away.
He's like, you have the same character, the same kind of character in Dragon Age 2, Anders. This is literally the type of character where you go up to him and say, "Hey, good morning, how are you?" And he's like, "Let's get married."
Yeah,
you know, he's that character. Like just being nice to him, he's immediately like, "Love."
But
like,
that was a bug. That was a bug.
Was it?
Oh,
yeah.
Because he's still very clingy.
I mean, because you are probably playing a nice character, and he likes that.
He aligns. That's why him and Will approval goes pretty much the same.
Yeah,
I started in my first playthrough, it was like that, and then he asked me to if I wanted to see a spell, and I was like,
so that
when
moment,
you say that, what exactly do you mean by spell?
Yeah,
that moment, I thought it was going to be something, and it turned out to just be like a moment. And I think I messaged Julia going like, "What the fuck? I thought I was gonna have I thought this was gonna go further."
My game bugged out, and I didn't even get to see what it was, thankfully. But in my second playthrough, I decided I'm going to be mean to Gale now.
That moment, you can pick there's the choices you have. It can be just a platonic. Like he is really just excited about magic.
Yeah,
that moment. I mean,
it would be too.
There's a moment where
he has to eat it to survive. Yeah, I can see why he's excited about magic.
But he asked so what do you your opinion about what you're seeing with the weave for your good moment, and you can either pick a romantic thing with him, and he's like, "Oh, I didn't know that was an option," or you can just be there can be a platonic choices or a choice that doesn't involve him at all.
And also you can also imagine kicking him in the balls and gutting him.
Please.
So that there's some stuff that leads up where you can have a moment of intimacy and then not take it in, and you can be like, "That's nice. Thank you for that. Goodbye."
That is literally what I've been doing right now in my time at Sandrock, because when it first came out in early access, there was a character there that was walking around. I was like, you're going to be my husband, but he wasn't romanceable. And apparently the developers heard the feedback from the players, because everybody was like, "We want to climb that particular tree. Why can't we?" And then they were like, "Okay, fine. Now you can." So now I've started playing through it again because they're doing their final update and it's going to be releasing soon, or has been released. I can't remember. And he's romanceable. So I was like, sick, but I'm going through the game still. And I've been building approval with certain people. And now all of a sudden, different characters are like, "Hey." And I'm like, no. just constantly have to. And this one guy is flirting with me so bad. And every single time I'm just like, friends, yes, friends. And there's like heart options. I'm like, no, I'm not getting those.
They did the same with Palea, because Palea is like in open beta now, and there's a hot dad that everybody was really
glad
upset.
the hot dad is romanceable.
But now the hot dad's romanceable. Everyone's like, why is the hot minor dad?
Everybody was just like, why is this not an option? Why is he not a romance option?
Now he's
How come he's not? And now he is.
Now he is. So if you want to romance somebody, I'm also mad that the hot tiefling that can help fix Karlach's engine is not romantic. I was like, who is this man? And why he's so nice. Like,
and the scene when you play as Karlach and you can like, because when you have her as a companion and you can like try to fix her engine because she has an engine instead of a heart, you know, spending time in Tile is fun.
She's the Tin Man in our Wizard of Oz scenario.
Oh my god, she is. Which one is Astarion though? Is he the Scarecrow? Does he not have a brain? Or is that Gale?
I feel like it'd be just for, because like, you know, you had this all along. It'd be Gale's just wrapped up with his ex. That's also the main problem I have with romancing Gale.
That's true. I feel like he would be the wizard then, if it's about
but
ex
like
troubles.
I just want to say that when you romance him and you fuck around, and then afterwards you can be like, okay, so I want to talk about us.
Because like you talk about your ex like so much.
Yeah, like are you over Mistra? Like, are you still harboring feelings for Mistra? He's like, yes, and all of them very complicated. I know now that the relationship was not like what I thought it was, and she was just using me, and I was not the first wizard to fall under for her. Because there is a conversation also in Act 3. When you walk around, your like companions will talk to each other. There's like fun banter.
Love that.
And then
that is why I got the mod where you can put like everybody in your party at the same time instead of 4, and I love the banter. Also, the fight's so much easier. Like I'm so much more calmer running around, but like instead of stressed out.
I could get that, but honestly, everybody who's still at camp now is just people that I don't like and I don't want around me. So
fair enough. Yeah, sure. Anyway, so
I think she's funny, but I also like her culture is that way. Like that's her cult. Like her culture is like you either fight or you fucking die, and I don't have the time.
Her culture is calling me a subordinate.
Yeah.
She could fuck right off.
God damn it. You need to have an open heart, darling.
No, not for that. I do not tolerate this.
Also, for some reason, your shadow heart hits things and mine doesn't hit
I have no problem with it. Like, a lot of people are like, shadow heart is useless. She does really well for me. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm nice to her.
I was playing a cleric, and having 2 clerics was not necessary. Well, especially when I only had 4 people, and I was like,
yeah, that's what I had in my first playthrough. And Will joined the party, and I was like, oh, let's see what your specs are. Oh, Hexblade Warlock, huh? Yeah, no, that's me. Get out. Go, shoot. And he also, I think did he also have a Great Old One as a patron? No, he had an Infernal patron. Did he?
He's an Infernal patron.
Yeah, I had a Great Old One. But we were both Hexblades, so I was like, you need to leave, my guy. Just go away.
You can respect them.
I don't.
If you're
talk to withers,
not in story mode. If you're in story mode, you can't. They auto select
you
for
can't.
you.
In story mode, you can't respec and you can't multi-class. You have to be in middle mode.
Because I do want to make Will, because he's Hexblade, and he's the sword of the coast. Like he is the
sword of the frontiers.
He's I'm sorry. He's the
blade of frontiers.
He's the blade of the frontiers. I want him to be melee because he's the he should be using his blade.
He's a fighter. Yeah, he just sounds like a fighter. I thought he was going to be a fighter. When I saw he was a warlock, I was like, wait, what? Everybody's calling you the blade of the frontier, and
I want to multi-class him into fighter, so he's doing warlock fighter. Also, so he can put armor on, because Jesus Christ.
Oh, he's so squishy.
He's so squishy because he's a
oh my god, user. No, but can you fucking imagine fighter being on the front line and then having shit like Tasha's hideous laughter just incapacitate him and then oh,
I love so cool. I do that with Astarion.
Yes.
He's very good at that.
Astarion I always have in my party because he can unlock the lockpick situation.
He is a living
he's a living skeleton key. Yeah. I always have him with me. He can pick anything.
And then there's an armor Cat's Grace that there's a piece of armor you can put on that he has advantage to all dexterity rolls and stuff, which means he has advantage to lock picking and traps.
Yeah.
So, like, Astarion's somebody I always have in my party. My current party is me as a knowledge cleric, Karlach, Gale, Astarion.
Nice.
I currently have myself as a Stormborn sorceress, then Astarion.
That was my
Shadowheart,
second character.
Karlach.
Karlach's necessary. You're only playing with 4.
I actually missed her in my first playthrough. And you guys told me you should go back for her.
We said, you idiot.
Yeah, but you also said that Lae'zel is great, and I disagree with that. So I was like, should I? But I'm kind of glad I did, because Karlach's amazing. I love her.
Well, Lae'zel
can go suck an egg.
She's very rude, but it's
her.
Also everybody in the first act is like fucking panicking. Like everyone's just like,
I get that, but so the fuck am I. So don't call me a subordinate, you bitch.
Our character has the least amount of trauma.
Yeah.
You don't know that. Like, you literally wake up and you don't remember anything, and all of a sudden there's like this thing in your head that, tells you what to do. I don't know. I
don't have to eat magical.
Very upset.
And you deal with Lae'zel's people quicker than I think her storyline comes up first. Like, I had to switch her out at one point. Like, I switched her in because there's a whole section where you deal with
with the Githyanki.
Look for that crush or something, right? Yeah, that's
in the Rosemore Mall.
I would rather get lost in the Underdark for the rest of my life than go anywhere.
I think you deal with almost every single character's like sense of who they are gets like shaken. Like the people who have the most amount of faith in something, have like a moment of just like fuck.
I did see that in the crash. There's like this painting of this very important person in like the Githyanki,
the queen.
And I see that you have an option to draw on it, so I'll definitely be doing that.
It's fun.
I will say also like the amount of choices you can make in this game. So I'm going to tell my friend who's getting married next weekend. I was literally wearing
congratulations, friend.
I was wearing these shoes so I could like stretch them out.
I gotta walk those in if you're going to be on them for an entire day.
So, but like, she's played a little bit, not a lot, because the wedding's coming up next week. And I was like, so what have you done? Because I was telling her, like, I rage quit so much because I couldn't figure out how the fighting worked. And like, once I figured out you could ungroup people, and I switched it back to story mode. Because I was like, I need help. But like, once I figured out how, like, and you can hide characters if you don't want them to get hit, yada, yada, yada. I asked her, and she was like, I had problems with fights too. And then she proceeded to tell me, like, well, I went to the where the druids are, and then I got thrown in jail because I caught lock picking, and I was like, so you were stealing from the refugees? And she's like, yeah.
That was exactly what I was doing.
And then like the longer she went, I was like,
this is chaotic.
Wild choices. And I was like, I don't even know how to help you because I don't know. That's a wild choice you made, so I don't really know what the right thing to do. Because, like, especially the first time I play through one of these games, I will like I'm pretty like I'm a goody two shoes. I like following the story.
I'm exactly the same, even though it's like it's a game, it's not real. I still don't want to.
I'll make bad
choices because I feel bad.
Like my second playthrough, I'm also doing a Storm Sorcerer in my second playthrough because I was like, I've had my first romantic interaction with Astarion. It happened even before the party, so I did.
Yes, nice, good job.
Because and he's in no way interested in me. we're just good friends in the first playthrough, but like I was making choices, and I was like, some of these people like really do treat you different if you like say different stuff, and then they'll remember, and like. There's a couple of characters that, like, if you chose not to save them, I know for a fact, like, because some people I chose to save showed up in Act 2 and 3. And they remember, and they, like, have opinions about what I did. And I'm like, oh. And I, like, there's, kitty.
That's Tally. Come say hi, baby.
Okay.
Come on. Move the spray. Come on.
She's like, have I been summoned? Me?
Is the camera on?
Since we're talking about role-playing games, she has been named for a character from one of the greatest RPGs ever made, Mass Effect. And the other one, Dorian, was named after one of the other greatest RPGs ever made, Dragon Age, which was then, ruined by EA.
Who would have thought?
Both
EA?
of them ruined by EA.
Ruining something?
Would they? That's crazy to me.
This is why, and like, this is why Baldur's Gate is just so great for me, because this is a triple A level game made by a not very triple A studio from Belgium. Thank you very much. And it's doing so, like, it released with like minimal bugs, functioning very well, super well sold,
and they're quick to the
no
fixes.
microtransactions.
There's been 4 patches.
Yeah,
and
it's been out for 2 months.
It's going so well, and like, all the AAA studios are like,
I will
Pikachu
say,
face, like, this is something that people want. Yes, give us complete games.
I will say I was very upset because the 4th patch came out, and I was excited to go home and play, and the patch was so big that it took a long time for the patch to download, and I was like, because I think I waited till like 8 or something to play, and I was like,
oh, I should probably download it then at some point.
I can't.
But it broke kissing.
What?
Yeah.
Now, when you try to kiss your boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, it kind of taps out, so you don't have the kissing animation.
Oh, boo.
What am I supposed to do? I'm only here for the romance.
One of my favorite things to see was like the amount of people on TikTok who said they downloaded it to romance certain characters have been like, there's so much fighting in my romance simulation.
It's not a dating sim. It is an RPG.
It's kind of a dating sim.
I was shocked by that, like, the amount of romance. I think
it's...
Yeah.
And I like that you can make the characters... You can still help the characters even if you don't choose to romance them.
So
but you can help them make better choices based on the approval. Like, I like how much... Like, you can literally fuck everybody's life up. You can make every single one of those characters that are following you the villain of somebody else's story. Like, if the game ends and you made certain choices and they went with you, you just made, like, 7 villains.
Yeah.
of 7 other campaigns. But if you do a switcheroo, you can make them like, you know what, I've healed emotionally. I understand how things work. I have a new purpose in life. Thank you.
So, I told you that Larian Studios also made Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2, and there were romance options in 2. And they are also really good. Like, the way they do romance is really good. And one of them that you can romance is one of my personal favorites, Ifan. He's great. But one of the ones you can romance is, where is he? Goddamn, what's his name again? Skeleton Man. Come on. What's he called? Fane.
Oh, Hilda? Oh.
So Fane is so he is a walking skeleton. But they use a certain mask to take on the appearance of other people.
How do you spell his name? I want to look him up.
Fane. This is him.
Oh, he's daddy.
Yeah, so he has this mask that allows him to take, like, the face of certain people, but in order to do that, he has to kill those people first.
I love that.
It's great. You can, I think he is romanceable.
Of course, Julia. Every picture with him that he has hair is white hair. Of course, Julia's like intrigued.
He's a little like Astarion because he's like a very dapper gentleman. So
Julia loves a very undead.
Yeah. So I think when I saw Astarion, like, the first thing that popped in my mind was like, if Julia's so crazy about Astarion, she's gonna love Fane.
I've actually been thinking about playing Divinity 2.
You should. It's great.
Woo.
It's super fun, and it's the same system. It's tabletop role playing. So
I love that. Also, something that we haven't mentioned at all is the fact that we have a narrator throughout this game.
Yeah,
we do.
That kind of works like a dungeon master. Yeah.
She's great.
She is great.
Very, very good voice.
She, Amelia. Let's see here. I have a list. Yes,
and she has to do like I read a fact about how many lines. Like, I think the script for this is longer than Lord of the Rings books.
Yeah.
Like, this, because of how many options, and...
I think it said, let's see here. It's 1.5 million words of performance capture.
It's bonkers.
That is so bonkers. And she, Amelia Tyler is her name, the narrator. She is also nominated for Golden Joystick Awards Best Supporting.
Honestly, if this game, like, having
performer.
not played the other games, like, this is up for Game of the Year, obviously. Like, I don't know what could compete with this.
Me neither.
Like, this is kind of, it's got everything with minimal bugs and
Divinity.
like. No, this is up for Game of the Year this year. I'm talking about like this year.
This year,
like,
for sure. Oh yeah, competition for this one.
We're talking about the current ball. We're talking about Baldur's Gate.
Although, if I'm not, is Endwalker going to be in the running for this one? Probably not.
No. Let's see. I voted. Oh, also the song "I Want to Live" was nominated for Best Original Song Video Game. That's nice. Anywho. So
Ooh. Hang on. No, that's 2022.
Yeah.
I think Endwalker was 2022 as well.
Anyway.
What I have heard about, and getting to the end bit of the game, because like sticking the landings is as important as having a good beginning. I guess having not finished the game. And
Ooh, Tears of the Kingdom is up though.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna win over Baldur's Gate.
And I heard a lot about Sea of Stars. No, not Sea of Stars.
I think, like, from what I've heard, people have said this has been a very good video game year, and unfortunately for those other games that got nominated, Baldur's Gate 3 came out.
Yeah, Sea of Stars. They say Sea of Stars is really good. Like, I hear a lot of great positive things about Sea of Stars. If I look at the rest of the nominees, I think it's going to be between Baldur's Gate and Sea of Stars.
I think what's going to happen is what happened in the Tony Awards when Hamilton came out is like, yes, there were a lot of good shows this year. Unfortunately for everybody, Hamilton came out this year.
Yeah.
This was a very good year. Unfortunately, there was a really big one that kind of hit the ball of the park. But the end of the game, I have heard, and like I've now getting closer to the city. I'm also understanding why people are saying it's really overwhelming and they want to go back to the front because like you're kind of used to like not a lot of things going around and all of a sudden you're surrounded by a lot of people and it is kind of overwhelming.
What I have found is a list of the most likely 2023 Game of the Year nominees by Metascore. And if you look at the Metascores, it's going to be between Tears of the Kingdom and Baldur's Gate 3 because they both had a Metascore of 96.
Nice.
And then it's Super Mario Brothers Wonder with a 93, along with Resident Evil 4. Then Street Fighter 6 with a 92. And Sea of Stars is actually on 91. So
I don't think Street Fighter is nominated.
No.
What if Street Fighter won?
Branching out.
I've heard how the game, like, people were kind of disappointed with, like, because of all the cutscenes that are in this game and, like, how immersive it is, the ending kind of just happens.
Yeah.
And, like, that people were kind of disappointed. And then Larian said, like, we didn't think people would be interested. And then people decoded that to, like, we ran out of time. And that's how people interpreted them being like, oh, you wanted more things? Shit. Okay, so like there might be a patch later down the road that fixes it, but as of right now, at release when it came out, that
weren't they also considering expansion packs?
Yeah, DLCs.
Like DLCs, new adventures,
and like
packs. I'm sorry, I'm still thinking in Sims terminology.
We'll use Sims terminology for it. This is our Sims people.
Yeah, sure,
but I can see why that would be a problem because the ending to especially a very, very beloved series with very, very beloved characters can fucking break a franchise. Look at Mass Effect 3. When that came out, that ending, people were fucking pissed. They had to release a director's cut as free DLC to fix what they did.
Yeah.
And all it was like a couple of extra seconds tacked on to one of the 3 possible endings that gave you like a little bit of a good vibe, but all the rest was just really sad and depressing. You're like, I've spent 3 games, like years and years going through the story with these characters, and this is what you give me as an ending? People were fucking mad, including me.
Oh, and you don't need to play the other two Baldur games.
No, you don't. You don't.
You don't. It's absolutely
one came out in like 98 and one came out in like early 2000s. You don't have to.
You don't have to.
Like they're not like there's a couple like the two characters that you can play were from the old ones, which feels more like a little bit of fan service.
Yeah, a little bit.
She's cool. She's awesome, but like it does feel like you need to throw. Feels like we should throw somebody in here from, and you don't get them until the third act. Like they literally keep you. You are with your crew, the entire, and who you want to be with.
Yeah.
But I have like that's the only thing that I've heard negative about this game is like the third act's a lot because of all your choices come to roost. There's suddenly like 15 million people around you.
Yeah.
when you've been alone.
It's a big city as well. You can get lost easily.
I'm not even through the gate yet, and I'm still like,
damn, I already get lost in fucking Agramar. If you release me on Baldur's Gate, you will never see me again.
That is pretty much how it went for me.
And then, the lack of it just kind of ends, which people
it doesn't feel like it's finished. Like you save the tieflings and you have a party, or you kill all the tieflings and you have a party.
Oh yeah, you can choose to like not save the refugees and just side with the goblins and just take out the tiefling camp in the first act. You can just be evil if you want.
Yeah. But why would you? Because you lose all of your companions, except for our boy Astarion. But yeah, I don't know.
Because he's out for himself.
I see people write on like Reddit and on TikTok like playing an evil run feels empty. I think that's a nice touch to like doing all of this for whatever the reason, it's empty.
I have heard somebody was talking about they did an evil run and they chose to take out the camp, and they were like, I couldn't do it. Like there's like the screams in the camp, like there's no music during when you raid the camp, like it's just the sounds of the raid, and at one point you go in and you're like, well, I won't have to do anything in this area, and you're like, oh no, we were waiting for you to do the massacre, and you're like, fuck.
Oh god.
So like a couple people were like, yeah, I tried, it's not worth it to be able to fuck this other character. So
yeah, because it's Minthara and there's so many dudes who want to fuck Minthara. Because in her romance scene, she gives you a blowjob.
Oh.
I would rather have a house against a tree, thank you.
That's how far you would go for a blowjob? My god.
I know.
Just don't do it, my guys. Just don't do it.
And so in all the creation, when you create a character, you can pick, like, all the D&D. So you have, like, cleric and paladin and warrior, fighter, ranger, druid.
You have the magical jocks, which are the sorcerers, and then you have the magical nerds, which are the wizards.
I'm a wizard in my current playthrough.
And you have a subclass that you can pick. You can kind of rearrange, and you have a background, and you can get inspiration. This is very D&D of like if you do something that correlates with your background. So say you're a criminal and you like steal something.
Escape prison.
You escape prison. Like my friend's she was like, I tried to Google how to get out of the prison at the Druid's Grove, and I couldn't find it. And I was like, I don't know if a lot of people have gone that route of getting
I don't know.
And
it's just so cursed.
Also, the benefit of this game is like you can save, and like say you make a decision you fucking hated, or like you died, you can go back to an earlier save.
Yeah, that's what we call save scumming.
Mm-hmm.
You're not.
You save scum before you try to dye your favorite robe in a new color to see if it's pretty enough.
Why can't you preview the clothes? I hate that you can't. You have to just buy stuff blind. You can't.
I know.
There's mods you can get, but you can't see. You can't tell what a dye color is unless you get a mod. You can't. If you want to buy clothes and you want to like replace whatever you're wearing at camp, like you can't see it until it's on you and you bought it. And I kind of.
To be fair, Larian are pretty good with that. It is entirely possible that that'll come in one of the next patches where they're like, oh we got this feedback from the players that they want this and this quality of life changes. very possible.
They did do the magic mirror quick, because I guess originally
Yeah.
you could, like, even before when I bought the game is when the second patch came out, and they
yeah, no, you
introduced-
didn't have magic mirror earlier. You
Which-
just had to stick with the choices you made, which was for me horrible face tattoos and a
Yes.
burn scar across the entire face.
Because
And
the
so
thing is,
now-
as well, when you make your character, you don't see what their face is like animated.
Yeah,
And
true.
so you can make certain choices, and then when they like animate the face and they make certain like facial expressions, you're like, oh, is that what I look like? Oh, I don't like that.
I do like, what I like to do now is if I'm like, I have a certain, like, a hairstyle, and I'm like, we're about to do a romance scene, I'm gonna go change my hair. It's better in the cut scene.
Yeah.
Look, listen. I've been playing Guild Wars 2 again, right? And I finally finished End of Dragons, and there was this little bit of like a epilogue thing, and I could go and ask, like, I got asked on a triple date with some people, and they were like, go pick your partner, and I was like, I know exactly who to pick. And before I did, and I went on the date and stuff, I changed my entire outfit and like dyed it to match like the whole mood, and we were fucking fabulous. Also, the character that I went on the date with, voiced by Matt Mercer. So we were fabulous.
He's
looked
everywhere.
fabulous. We sounded fabulous.
He is fucking everywhere.
Yeah, he was voiced by someone else in like the previous expansions, but from End of Dragons onwards, he was voiced by Matthew Mercer.
Ooh, nice. Would love
Is
Matthew
there-
Mercer.
Any part of this game you guys want to talk about before we wrap up? You haven't like, I feel like you haven't simped over Astarion enough.
I just don't feel like I have gotten the opportunity, to be honest.
Do you
No.
want to go sing your praises?
Do you want me to set a timer? Give you like 5 minutes?
Sure.
10
Most of
minutes?
our
Okay.
memes that we send back and forth to each other.
It's mostly Astarion.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Even
my
my brother
Instagram
now.
feed is just all Astarion now because I send them to Julia.
My entire Pinterest is just fan art of Astarion.
I
And-
went on Tumblr because Tumblr's is like alive again with Baldur's Gate 3 content.
Got stopwatch. Are you ready? 5 minutes?
Okay,
Go.
I'm fucking ready. Okay, so Astarion is not the only reason I started playing Baldur's Gate. I saw someone romance a mind flayer, and I was like, I kind of want to fuck with that. And then I saw someone fuck a bear, and I was like, I really want to fuck with that. But then I was like, oh my god, there's a vampire character. I kind of want to get in on
You
that.
love a vampire.
Yeah, I
that got
love
you through the
vampires.
Shadowlands.
Yes. Like, the moment I saw him, I was like, drain me, daddy. And like,
And he does.
he does.
does.
He's little Capri Sun, just waiting to get smushed.
And he's also such, like, I think I've seen people on TikTok saying, like, he's such baby girl. He's such
Yeah.
a baby. What a baby girl he is. Like,
He is.
Just,
And he has like the best sassy commentary. He's just like very much alive. You can tell that Neil is a really good performance capture artist.
Mm-hmm.
He's
what's
the
your
voice
favorite
actor.
Astarion line.
You can't. That's like asking her to choose between one of her
Remember,
children. You
we're
can't
already
do
a
that.
mature rate. Here, I'll give you one of mine of him doing, like,
Yeah.
now let's not do anything hilarious.
I love
I think
that.
he says something like, let's put down the knives and let's not do anything hilarious.
I really love the bit where he was like, "You dropped a fucking building on me." That
Yeah.
really-
What in the sweet house were you thinking activating that blast? I was right there! No. If there is a next time, I'll be the one aiming the all-powerful weapon. Thank you. Yeah.
She
That's
knows
great.
all his lines.
In the same
do know.
scene, I think, because I think you can respond like, I'm sorry, I thought you could take, like,
Yeah.
sunlight. And he's like, I guess there's a difference between a nice afternoon day and the full blast of the sun.
Yeah. He's just, he is baby
Mind
girl.
you, this is when characters die. You can resurrect them. There is the
Yeah.
option to do that because they will die. And yeah, they have some hilarious commentary then to tell you exactly how they feel about that, especially if you're responsible for it.
You
Because
know
that can happen. Mind
Okay.
you, there is
I don't
friendly
know
fire
who-
in this game.
Oh, yeah.
Who would ever friendly
Oh, sorry.
fire?
We'll talk about friendly fire after. She's
Sorry,
on the
yeah,
time.
your 5 minutes are still
Yeah,
going. Tell us about
I think
Astarion.
like I need some extra minutes because y'all are talking now.
I'm
just kidding.
sorry, go.
No, it's okay. I really like when he wants to seduce you, and it's either like at the, like if you do it at the tiefling party, that's the first time, or like at the tiefling party and that's the second time, he's like, you will come to my bed tonight, won't you? And then
he knows how hot he is. Like he hasn't seen his own face in years.
He just remembers that it was hot.
Yeah. He's like, here comes my little treat with her cheeks all flushed. And then you can say like, oh, but I'm not that easy. You would have to persuade me. And then you can say, please. And he's like, oh,
I love making him say please. He's just like,
pretty please.
Cheeky
little pop.
check.
Yes. Or when you help him kill the Orthon in Act 2. And you can say, thank you for helping me. That was very kind.
Yeah, you have to make him be nice. He has to learn manners.
Oh, I love him. He's literally the best. And like, he has such horrendous trauma. Like, I think his backstory is just it's the worst. It's
the longest, for sure.
I think he had to claw himself out of his own grave.
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
I know. And then
like, he hasn't known, like, somebody be like, part of the reason he doesn't like you being kind, like, he doesn't like you
kindness,
being nice, is because he's like, people doing that, like, he's only known people being cruel and shitty, and that's why he also likes jokes at other people's expense, because to that means power to him.
Yeah.
And he's so used to just going with people because if I'm with the powerful person, I'm safe. So that's kind of why he likes those jokes. And then, but he doesn't trust the kindness. He doesn't trust that you're doing it for the better. Like, he doesn't like it because he's like,
he always thinks there's an angle.
Yeah, and he doesn't get the angle of just being nice. Like, he just doesn't until like you get his approval.
Act 2,
more.
yeah.
Like, Act 2, he starts to not disapprove of being kind as much.
Yeah.
It's character development. You know?
Oh, it's just beautiful. Yeah, and I don't know.
Also, just fucking hot. Just
yes,
you still have 30
hot.
seconds left.
Oh my god! So I watch obviously Neil play, and he plays a character that romances Astarion.
Oh,
so he's like walking around like, oh, my boyfriend this, my boyfriend that, and then at one point he removed the clothes from his character and from Astarion, and he was like, oh, look at that body, that is anatomically correct.
Yeah, you should probably be aware in character creation there are a lot of customization options, including genitals. This game is very much like 18 plus in that sense. You can see it's not just the boobies, you can see it all. You can see it all, and you can customize
all of it.
So
yes, good for you. Get your pubes on.
You can actually customize those.
There is friendly fire in the game.
I have never personally experienced it because I would never do that.
I've done it
good for
numerous
you.
Times. So, and also, I don't know if they wanted to see the Twitch thing of when we played, and Julia accidentally hit Ava, and then you can literally like almost see my brain go, oh, I wonder what this does. Oh, it exploded. And then and Ava gets
I was just walking by as a bear, minding my own goddamn bear business, and I get blown up. So
I healed you immediately after.
Yes, you used, what was it? Was it shocking grasp? I can't remember what it was.
It was Thunderwave.
Thunderwave. Yeah, so Thunderwave has like a square AoE hitbox like in front of you, and I just happened to be like in the left corner of that. But apparently hitboxes mean nothing to her, so I was collateral damage.
In the clip, I don't know if they'll put this on or something, we can put it where somebody can find it. In the clip, you can hear Julia be like, should I do it? And I go, yeah. And then like, Ash is doing it, and I'm like, well, I'm not in the blast.
And Ava has not played with us since.
I don't know why.
We don't know.
Yeah,
they keep asking me like, oh, we should play together again. Yeah, we should play together again. And I'm just sitting there like rocking back and forth going, no.
I do think Julie and I bring out like, you should push the button.
Yeah.
Also what she did, because we were in a crypt and Julia found a button. She was like, oh, I wonder what this does. And then all of the dead around us started standing up. And you could just hear me in the background going, Julia, why?
She knew she was just trying to hit because Julia's played through it so many fucking times that like she was just taking us two places to fuck around.
Yeah. Doesn't surprise me.
I think I have done eight characters and like maybe like 6 or 7 turns in Act 1.
So I have pulled up my Steam. So you can get this on Steam if you have a. I've pulled up my Steam to see how many hours I've played. I have 89.4 hours. I'm a baby in this, but I haven't finished Act 3 yet. So, and only one, well, 2 including ours, but I only have 1 restart character.
I have.
I have a couple.
I have a few. Do you guys want to guess?
No.
210 hours.
It's more than that. It's 368.
How long ago did you buy this?
I bought it August 24th. Yeah, 24th of August. So I like the first week, I think I played almost like 100 hours. No, not 100 hours, that's too much, but like 70 hours. And I was still working at the time. So I stayed up to like 3:30 and then slept 2 hours and then woke up and like did my job thingy and then went home and like played again till 3:30 because I couldn't stop. Brain rot immediately.
My brain, like, I haven't disassociated into something so hard in a long. Disassociation's wrong, but like I noticed it, like maybe it is
it's what you call a hyperfixation.
It's been a second. Happens. Like I normally
ADHD
do it in shows and books. It's been a second since it's been like I think WoW was the last game that I actively like hyperfixated to the point where I was like, you need to stop. So you need to go outside and talk to real people. This game has been doing that. And like, I think people have even been like, do you want to hang out on Discord? And I'm like, no, because I need to hear the cutscenes because I need to know that my choices are impacting this character. So I need to hear him say the words that I fixed him.
Yeah. Yeah. I turned down like hanging out with friends for 2 weeks because I was like, I can't waste my precious free time hanging out with people when Baldur's Gate is in trouble. We need to save.
I used to be like that, and then I got ADHD medication, and now I don't do that anymore.
What's that?
Are you trying to like tell me that I need medication? I refuse.
No, but I'm saying like I know how it feels, but I don't have it anymore, and I'm not sad about it because it can get pretty bad sometimes. And I'm just saying, if I wasn't on this medication, I would probably hyperfixate on this game as well, and it would probably be worse than the both of you combined, because it has been in the past, and that was a dark moment in my life, and we don't want to go there anymore.
I think, when was the last... So, A Game of Thrones really took over my brain for a good chunk of time, because the season 2 of the show had just come out, and then in 1 year, I read all the books. So,
dang.
I think for me it was this summer. This year has really been hyperfixation for me. But reading A Court of Thorns and Roses, and then getting into YA fantasy.
Oh, yeah, we're so close to Iron Wing.
I know she's a little bit problematic, but I'm still going to read the book because I have issues.
Yeah. Well, as long as we'll see how much she digs herself into a hole. But like my friend who also reads the book is the one who's getting married, and she's like, you read it and tell me how it is. And I was like, well, if you start panicking on your wedding day, I'll just read you passages.
Oh yeah, I know which passages you should read.
But highly recommend Baldur's Gate 3. Like, functionally, it's a game you can play and play and play.
You can play together.
Oh yeah, there's a multiplayer section, which
obviously. Yeah, it's fun. It's a nice. It's the best game I've ever played.
My little piece of advice though: play it solo.
I don't know why you would say that.
I would say first playthrough, like get through the first act by yourself before.
Yeah, play the whole game solo 2 times and then play with someone.
Because it is some of it with playing with other people is like other people have to make choices, and you might not like. You get to pick, like, I want you to pick this one. At the end of the day, the person who talked to so and so gets to be the one who picks. So, Are there any before we go, are there any mods that you think are necessary to?
Not necessary, but fun. Faces of Faerun and Tav's hair salon to get more.
Tav's hair salon is a good one, but maybe get the one. There's one mod that shows you if someone wants to talk to you before you end the night.
Oh yeah, the camp alert.
The camp alert. Because sometimes you can miss like minor conversations because it's not you. If it's like major plot related conversations, there's like sometimes a little exclamation point above their head.
Little quest.
But there's like for some minor things, if people want to talk to you, it's not marked. So this will show you exactly who wants to talk to you before you end the night, and that might be a good one.
Yeah. Also, long rest, guys.
Do your long rests. Good God, do your long rests, because I didn't do that, and I missed shit because they were Caitlin and Julie were literally like withers, and I was like, who? And then the Guardian was like, who? I was like, how did you get this far and not meet the Guardian? Have you slept? No.
Yeah,
that's what.
So 2 things that I will also say my friend that was doing the wild, like she also said, she's like, I fought a dragon and died and I couldn't get out of jail. And then at one point we're like, so like, did you go to, and she's like, I was out of spells all the time. I was like, did you sleep? She's like, I haven't long rested yet. And she's played at least 5 hours or something. And I was like, oh my God, go to sleep.
Hardcore. That is like going on a bender and then chugging 3 monsters and going to work and then drinking espressos throughout the day and then going on another bender.
And then burning the salad.
Yeah. My sister gave me this advice before I started playing. This was she led me wrong on the not doing story mode. But for this, she was like, the game's gonna make it seem like you don't have time to sleep because everything's immediate. It's not. Takes the long rest, as long as you have like 40 camp supplies, which is like
80 when you do tactician.
Oh shit. But as long as you have enough supplies, just go to sleep. Like technically right now I have like 400 camp supplies.
If you find food, anything food, like different bits of food can be like multiple points of camp supplies, but if you see something edible, fucking pick it up and put it in your backpack because you're going to need it to sleep.
Except when you go to the swamp. Yeah. And I will say no more about that. Do you have any mods, Caitlin?
I have the mod that makes it so you can have more people in your party. So I have like the second playthrough I'm doing has everybody just running around, which is fun. Like it makes, because the fights for me are a sense of just like fuck, like because I rage quit so much, it makes it more interesting. You get to hear all the little dialogue between all the different characters. It also means I also started it after I lost Shadowheart to not having her during an important part of her story. It also means that you can have everybody there and you won't lose somebody because they're upset that you forgot to get them. I will say that almost every other character, if it's like related to them, they'll just talk to you at camp, but not Shadowheart's bit. Shadowheart was like, I wasn't there and I'm mad at you now. And I was like, sorry. And then she left. So
not great.
I do also kind of want to download. I didn't get it to work, so I think I put it in the wrong spot. But the one that tells you the approval that you get, that also.
I'm going to have to look that one up.
As much as like this is like you're fighting and it's war, it's very character driven. A lot of the choice, some of it's not. Some of it is just based on like finishing the plot. But like you can do a lot of story based decisions that I like. So those I need to get that mod to work, but. Yeah, I have those 2 mods.
Very nice.
I have hair mods and preset mods because you can't really customize the faces, which is a little sad. Yeah. But I think they just did that so that people would actually leave character creation.
That is true, because the first character I created took over an hour.
Yep.
It was just
and that's with 6 faces to choose from. So I have some preset faces and some hairstyles.
I will say when we did play together, Ava and I accidentally picked like the same hair.
And the same hair color.
And the same hair color. It's like our 2 redheads running around.
I was like, who is who?
Which one? Oh, the bear. That's me.
The bear. Yeah.
I chose to play a druid in our playthrough together, and I am a polar bear.
We love that for you.
Yep. So my big bear butt was just walking around, and then I got blown up by Caitlin.
Who would have done that? So
just
weird.
Minding my own bear business.
So weird. Guys, we did it. Also, always romance Astarion for great sex and Capri Sun times.
I do like the idea of Gale, like just the fact that like I think in reality Gale is the type that I would go. Isn't that something so you're just like, you might be like, you're not my fantasy romance type, you might be like my actual person type. He says nice things.
He does.
He says like very nice things to you. Like, what did I send to you? That was
the thing about his practiced tongue.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was, but I think I read it somewhere, like saw an Instagram post or whatever of someone comparing the different romance options to like ice cream flavors. Like you had obviously Gale is vanilla.
Yeah.
I'd say Will's vanilla.
Will is vanilla.
Oh, something like that. I think, what did they say about Astarion?
Gale?
Astarion is like chocolate chip, and like mint chocolate chip if the mint was toothpaste or something like
Gale
that. I can't remember.
actively uses his magic to like send you into space to have sex. I don't know if like that's vanilla.
That is dang.
That is amazing.
And he has mage hand, so I don't really.
Oh my god, I don't even want to think about it.
Scala's hand.
Oh, here's a nice thing he said that I sent to Julia because she was thinking about not romancing Gale, and I think I was watching a clip or something, and I went to go find it so I could send it. It said, Gale, one moment with you could sate me for a lifetime and prize the fear from my heart. I'm so very glad you came to share this with me. Like that's just something he just says to you. It's just like
it's the night when you go to him when you can.
Before he thinks he's gonna die.
That line just gave me diabetes.
Is that one moment with you could sate me for a lifetime?
Yeah, I just want the
I like
Batman.
nice things being said to me. So
I know.
Yeah.
He says amazing things. He says, I'm in love with you, and then when you get him not to blow himself up, he's like, I choose you because I love you. Great, thank you.
No context. Gale might blow up.
Yeah, Astarion only says it at the end of his character.
That's that's something like he got to work for. He doesn't.
Yeah.
That's hard for him to say, and it's in character for Gale to say it more openly. But yeah, I'd say Will's vanilla because Will's very much the classic hero, and like he might retire one day and like have a whole bunch of kids and like be a, like da 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 da. But like yeah,
Carlex says it the second after you have boned. You can say like, "Oh, I love you," and she's like, "Oh my god, I love you too."
She's so
precious.
Before we end this, and we should end this, I just want to give a little shout out to Sven Vinke, who is the founder and the CEO of Larian Studios. He's a local boy. He's from the Panna, which is not very far from where I live.
Woo!
And he worked on Divinity. So started on the Divinity. He did a lot of stuff before. But he worked on Divinity Original Sin, which was released in 2014, and then he directed the sequel Divinity Original Sin 2, which was released in 2017, and which was hailed as one of the best role-playing games of all times. So yeah, shout out to the Belgians. I'm just saying, I'm very, very proud of this game, and I'm very, very proud of the studio, and I hope they kick EA in the balls.
Let's fucking pray tell.
Right? If that happens, I can die happy. I'm just saying.
Freaking love you, Sven. What you did for us. You ruined my life, but in the best way.
I think he was originally going on like, because he graduated with a degree in computer science, but he was focused on speech recognition. But then he switched over to making video games.
The best kind. Engineers, guys.
Best decision ever. So.
Yes. Okay, now I have to go and make shrimp dumplings.
Oh my god, I was gonna make shrimp dumplings too!
Send me some, please. Can you just throw them over here?
But I think I'm gonna make soup because I don't think I have enough time to make shrimp dumplings now.
I'm gonna do shrimp wontons and fry them.
Oh, so jealous. It's gonna be soup.
Yeah, nice. Good for you. Guys, it's been fantastic recording.
So fun. And I promise we'll play Baldur's Gate together again soon, so you can continue tormenting me.
You look so sad saying that.
So excited.
And like,
do we have to say things? Like, good day to our listeners. Did you make it this far, sweet listeners? Are you still with us? Have you...
If you're confused about why we're not talking about The Sims, we thought we'd do like an early April Fool's or something, and it's just like, surprise!
No, this is just like where we are in the like we are currently playing this game.
Yeah, so if you don't hear a lot of Sims related things from us, this is why. Well, most of us are lost.
We want to, like, we play other games, and this is just like an acknowledgement of that and what we've been playing. Plugs? Okay. So
plug away.
Because this is going out. This isn't a bonus. This is not a bonus. We love the bonuses because we don't have to do plugs, but this is not a bonus, so we have to do the plug. Okay, we are Plumbobcast on Instagram, on Twitter. We are Plumbob Podcast on Reddit. We are Under the Plumbob Podcast on Facebook and Tumblr. Our website is plumbobcast.com. There's a contact form there, or you can email us at undertheplumbobpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to leave us any fanfic recs or mod recs, that'd be great. Thanks.
If you do Astarion art, contact me personally on...
So you can put your, like, here's what my character looks like. Can you draw my character with Astarion?
Oh my god.
Our merch is bit.ly/plumbobmerch. Our Patreon, patreon.com, plumbobcast. The Broke Noob. There's the $1 tier where you get access to our Discord, which is doing a fun little Willow Creek revamp right now.
It is fun. Even I'm having fun with it, and I hate building.
I learned how to do conditional formatting on Google Sheets for this. Yay!
Yay!
I Googled it and then I put it in there. So like, and when we're done doing it, we're gonna do kind of like a fun little Willows Creek presentation of what everybody did. So either people are completely redoing a lot, or they're just like remodeling it with our new stuff. Because let's face it, Willow Creek needs a little paranormal touch. I think
it's basic.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god, my battery's dying, guys.
Oh my god. Okay, I'll do that. Top hat, our $3 tiers, you get monthly bonus episodes. This is more or less what our bonus episodes are kind of like.
So if you liked this, subscribe to our Patreon and get bonus episodes.
Yeah, just little off-topic, off-Sims topic things. You please subscribe, rate, and review Apple Podcast, Stitcher. Not Stitcher. Stitcher's gone.
Oh my god, I didn't even know.
Bye, Stitcher.
Spotify, Google Play, wherever you want to go find us. Julia put a script together for us.
Did I really?
You put things on a document. That counts. Yeah.
Great plugging, guys.
Yep.
Amazing.
This was fun. See you later, guys. Have a good day.
Bye.
Goodbye forever.
Julia's never coming back from Baldur's Gate.
Never again.
Nope. You can find me in the corner between, I don't know, somewhere. Chares's Caress is where you'll find me. If you know, you know.
Anyway, good night, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye.